Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. I don't even know why I say this week, just this video, because I have not been able to do them in a weekly fashion at all. I had started with the hopes of doing that, but I don't get enough free time to do that. With life and everything going on, everything else takes precedent. Pretty much the Bronco's done in free time. So this video is going to be kind of mainly focusing on, in the last video we got it running. In this video we're trying to get it running better. She starts first try, don't have to pump the gas, don't have to do anything. She fires right on up, which is awesome, but she doesn't run the best. She runs for a little bit and then kind of dies. No sputtering, no backfiring, no nothing like that. Just almost as if I turned the key off. So that's what I'm working on this week in this video, is just trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm starting with electrical. The ignition module thing, the ignition coil is, I don't know how old. It's an Excel, so it's not original. It was replaced at some point, but I'm not sure exactly when. The regulator it looks like it was hammered on for some reason, so I'm replacing that. And then I'll start from there. I will kind of backtrack to the coil, the cap, the rotor, all that stuff. So I find it kind of weird, but it did start after I cleaned up the engine bay, so maybe I got something wet that wasn't supposed to get wet. I'm not really sure. I was pretty careful with the water, with the moisture, with the cleaners. I wasn't too aggressive, so we'll kind of see what happens. So I'm having some trouble after I cleaned up the engine bay with the Bronco staying running. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I wasn't too heavy with the water. I was pretty cautious, I thought, but it doesn't want to stay running. It runs for a little bit and then kind of doesn't really sputter, but kind of, I don't know, starts running a little rough, and then it just turns off. Almost as if I shut it off with the key. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm going to start with some electrical stuff. I'm replacing the regulator and the coil. The coil was actually mounted sideways and kind of upside down, and it's just mounted with zip ties. And the wiring is all chewed up. So I'm going to inspect that and just so we're going to start with the electronic regulator. As you can see, mine for some reason is only held on with one bolt. They are supposed to be held on with two. Looking at this, I'm hoping I got the right one. We'll see. Let me bring the old one in here. We should get some light on it. There you go. So you can see the old one here. Does not look good at all. Here's a new one for reference. Old one. And new one. Much better. So now I'm just going to clean up the points, and we'll go from there. So I cleaned up the contacts. Got the new one plugged in. I'm going to mount it just how it was. I don't have any bolts to mount it correctly, so it's just one of those things that gets added to the list for when I make a hardware order so that I can correctly do some things. I'm looking at a wiring harness. I don't I'll be honest, I don't really want to replace the entire wiring harness for the whole vehicle, so I'm hoping maybe I can get like an engine bay wiring harness only, although I guess if I have to replace the entire wiring harness, at least then I would know everything's good. At this point, that seems a little daunting. If I'm being completely honest, it seems a bit much to take on. So comment below or let me know if you guys have done that and kind of how big of a job it is, because it seems like it would be an absolute nightmare. But maybe not on these older vehicles. I don't know. I haven't done it. So we're just going to put this guy right back where we got it. It must have not been that one. Must have been this other one. Must have been here. Must have been there. That seems a little bit better. There's nothing that's really grabbing onto. That's awesome. Just wonderful. Alright. And I also have this lovely cable that I have no clue what it goes to, but it just kind of hangs out in here. So it's little things like that that makes me want to have a new engine wiring harness. Well, I know who owned it first. I'm still waiting on some of the history. Like I teased in the last video, I have been in contact with the original family, the original owner's family, and I'm waiting to hear from one of his sons who had this Bronco the longest, so that I can kind of get some of the backstory on, you know, why things were swapped out, or what was going on, or, you know, how long it sat for sure, because I'm realizing from talking to one of the sons that the story I had gotten from the guy I got it from might not be entirely true, and so I'm fueled even more to really find out the honest history behind this beast. Working on the ignition coil now, and it was so securely just, you know, loosely zip tied in there, and kind of initially when I first got the Bronco it was sitting like this, which I've learned is not good. But on taking it off here, you can see, you know, the lovely wiring job that was done. So definitely going to fix that. But you can also see, and I'm trying to make it so you can see it a little bit better, but right in here, this is cracked. So that could have been part of my problem. I'm not really sure. So we're going to find out. The old girl out in the yard just to get some photos. It's currently 27 degrees, and so everything's a little frosty, but she's starting to sound pretty good. Definitely needs to grill and stuff, start looking good, and some tires and wheels, but those will be soon.